Yo, one thing about y'all gonna make me laugh. And when I say y'all make me laugh hysterically. I've been getting DMs for the past 2 weeks from fake pages, of course. They want to know why my fat is not talking about Diddy, why I'm not talking about DDG, why I don't never protect black women, why black men don't protect black women. Oh my God. I just want to let y'all know y'all are protected. Y'all get protected. I'm a black woman telling y'all this. But when people try to give y'all what y'all need, what do we get? An attitude. Mind your business. This is my life. Stay out of it. If I see a doing you dirty, or if I see a not good for you and I tell you I try to protect you, you tell me to mind my business, I must want him. Get out my face. Not a problem, queen. 3 months down the line, he put your name on something. Now you getting locked up. 6 months down the line, he hitting you. 9 months down the line, you have a baby. A year down the line, he kicked you and your newborn baby out in 20-degree weather. A year and 3 months later, you're on TikTok talking about how you're not protected. No. Well, if y'all want to tell a story, tell a full story. Tell them how you didn't want the protection. It was there. Y'all like to wait until the last minute, until the last resort to want protection. Because when you was up here getting all that money in bags, y'all didn't want our protection. Y'all didn't want it. Y'all told us to mind our business. That's what you said. So that's what we did. What you talking about? I seen it with my own eyes. My ex-boyfriend's man's tried to break up a DV situation. The man backed it out on him and shot my man's friend. And guess what they did? Left with the shooter. Protection that she didn't want. So we could clear all that up right now. If y'all gonna tell the story, tell the full story, huh?
I've never seen a minute and 47 seconds that was so incendiary and just absolutely positively hit every single point. But you know Tom Dog is going to elaborate, right? Because what did I say? I've said it on panels multiple different times. I said, listen, I am not going to put myself at a negative disposition or at a disadvantage by trying to tell a woman to do something that she's not going to do anyway. I will call the police. I will try to figure out how to get them there. And there's so many different ways to slice this conversation. They got so pissed, so mad that I said that I'm going to call the police, but I'm no longer going to continue to put myself in harm's way because you chose to do something that you wasn't supposed to do. Because guess what? Protection is proactive. If I told you not to get with that dude, if I told you not to go down that street, if I told you not to be in the streets dressed naked, that was protection. You neglected my protection. You decided to go your own way. And so now you have to pay the consequences. You got to pay the piper. You got to pay the piper. It's no longer, I'm just going to protect you even if you decide that you want to be disrespectful or you want to be disobedient and go your own way. Well, then now you have the autonomy to choose for yourself. A lot of women, and that's the biggest part of this conversation, the other parts are nuanced, right? A lot of women will find themselves in a negative situation because they decided to walk away from the person that was already telling them what they were supposed to do. You don't have to tell me, hey, Ton, it's some jack boys over there. You don't want to go down that street. If I decide to go down that street, I was warned. That was my protection. That was God speaking to me through him or through her or through whoever it was that cared about me to prevent me from finding myself in a negative space. Now, if I decide to still do that, I had the autonomy to do that. Guess what? Men understand that we are not victims. We are just champions of our circumstance, right or wrong, negative or positive. That is who we are. I remember I was on a panel long time ago. It wasn't even on my channel. Wasn't even on any of the channels that you're familiar with right now. And a woman was kind of trying to make that argument and say, yo, y'all ain't there for us. And I think it was during one of the pandemic protests or whatever. And I said that we are. We told you to sit your ass down. She said, no, but y'all was supposed to be out there doing this and going hard and this and that and this and that. And I said, no, we told you to sit your ass down. See, this is why men are cowards. This is why they ain't doing nothing. This is why black men, y'all so weak and all of that. And I said, you do know that the provision and the protection was being proactive to find you. You should have been in the house and you should have never been out there in the first place being cold. Now you're arrested and you got to pay to get out of jail. Or now you got your head cracked in, or now you got your car stolen. You was never supposed to be there. I'm not Superman. I'm not about to save you from yourself. I'm not about to be out here crashing out and putting my life in danger for you because you volunteered to be tribute. What do you think that is? And we ain't even talking about the women that got the slick mouth. Mind your business. What do you care? Listen, I can't tell you how many times that I've had women sit there in my comments and tell me, why should I care about this? Or why should I care about that? Why am I participating in this conversation? Because I want you to do better, Queen. Because I want you to be responsible and accountable for the situations that you put yourself in. And I don't want to see you at this negative space. So I'm going to tell you what your father should have told you so that you can make better decisions. You know what they did? They went off and did their own thing. And now they're having a conversation about whether or not they need to get an abortion. And that's unfortunate. That's unfortunate because we told you. We told you what you're seeing now is the consequence. This is not the result of men not protecting women. This is the consequence of women being rebellious. And so now men en masse are saying, you know what? Hands off. I take my hands from you. I'm no longer participating. I don't want to find myself in this space with you. As a matter of fact, I never knew you. Depart from me. I'm going over here. I'm going where I'm celebrated instead of where I'm tolerated. And women are pissed because it's now like I'm throwing a tantrum. I was talking to a girl one time. And she got aggravated at her man, and it was a coaching session. And it was actually me coaching him separately and then me coaching her separately, but it didn't start off like that. It started off with me coaching her, but then me wanting to get the true understanding by me making sure that I contacted him because I wanted to get the full story. And she was telling me about how she was telling me about how she's pissed because he won't chase her. And I said, what do you mean? And I won't tell you how old they are or how old they were at the time. And I said, what do you mean? And she was basically painting this picture where the guy told her to sit her ass down, or the guy told her this, or the guy told her that. And she threw a tantrum and went out anyway and crashed out. Then she got pissed and said that she didn't think he cared about her because he not chasing her or he not going to save her from herself. And I said, what are you, 18, 19? You too old, you too grown to be sitting there stressing this man out and then trying to force him to go out there and chase you from your bad decisions because you couldn't put your ego down long enough and you was looking at him as a partner instead of looking at him as a husband or looking at him as your man. And yes, this woman was 100% right. She cooked. She was absolutely 100% accurate with women want it both ways. You can't have it both ways. You can't do what you want to do and then expect protection and provision on the other side when you step outside of his covering. That's really what it comes down to. We have a covering. I have an agreement with you, but I'm not going to stop you from doing what you want to do. And women don't want protection from men. They want to crash out, and then they want to be victims. But we not running in the victim Olympics anymore. We letting you have your way. Let me know what y'all think inside of the comments. Do you think that this woman was accurate and that she was cooking? Or you think that there was more context that needed to be added? Or if you're a woman, do you think that black men or men in particular are choosing not to protect you guys intentionally because we just don't care? Always going to link back to the content creator. That's going to be down in the description. Make sure y'all tap into the Patreon. Link is in the description as well as pinned to the top of the chat. Teach Hanley, 40% off your first order, 20% off for life. I love you. I appreciate you. Stay safe, fellas.